So in order to design the coaster, I first looked through many websites of Kumiko pattern designs, but I ultimately used Desmond King's Shoji and Kumiko pattern books. And after I found the design I liked, I looked at the dimensions he uses, because Kumiko is designed for wood. And the way it works is that you have individual pieces of wood that have specific sizes to them and specific angles to them. And the reason that's done is so when you do the final assembly, the wood compresses in on itself, and it allows for you to not use any nails and to limit the amount of glue that you're going to use to stick it together. So after I found the design I liked, I copied the dimensions as closely as I could using Fusion 360. But since I don't have a lot of experience in Fusion, I only designed a small triangular piece of the total design. And then I took that small piece and I put it into Tinkercad. And Tinkercad allowed me to clean up the design a little bit and to basically copy and paste it until I got the total design that I liked, that was similar to the one in the book. I then made sure that each piece fit together correctly, it looked the way I wanted it to, and you know, that it looked nice. So I took that design and put it into Cura. The base plate took about 10 hours to print, and the design plate took about 6 hours to print. I printed them on a Creality Ender 3 Pro, and I used a raft, but I also used the lowest quality settings and a minimum speed of 50 millimeters per second, just because I wanted to speed up the whole process. So I used the raft to make sure everything sat flat, because I didn't want to spend a lot of time sanding and all that sort of business. After they were printed, I cleaned up the design plate a little bit because it had some stringing in the gaps. But like I said, I didn't want to do any sanding, so I just went straight into painting them. But I liked the way they kind of looked rough, because they kind of had a woodish look to them, which you would never see in Kumiko, because Kumiko is done with very smooth pieces of wood that are planed very nicely, and everything's very, very smooth and not rough at all. But I like that rough, kind of rustic look to it. So all the pieces were painted, and you can see that in my other videos. What I would like to ultimately do is produce more of these rough sort of Kumiko designs that are 3D printed, and I will be starting a series of small 3D printed pots of different landmarks around the world, of places that I've visited or that I would like to visit, but I can't because I'm stuck here due to the COVID-19 thing going on, the pandemic that's happening, and it's really hard to get a flight out of this country that I'm in, and it's really difficult to get back in once you're out. So I will be creating some small pots hopefully in the next couple weeks, and stay tuned for those videos. See you later.